Number 1. What does the word served mean in paragraph 2? I found Grandma's purse and put the quarter in my pocket. As I ran down the lane toward the road, it occurred to me that climbing over the fence and crossing the field would save me some time, so I did just that. I was soon in the little general store that served our farming community. A. Suited. B. Employed. C. Spent. D. Supplied. Pause the video and answer question 1. Number 2. Which event contributes, adds most to the narrator's inner conflict in the story? F. She is slow to return home when her grandmother is waiting on her. G. She does not immediately confess to spending money that does not belong to her. H. She is sent to the store by herself and is not used to going there alone. J. She takes a path to the store that is different from her usual route. Pause the video and answer number 2. Number 3. Which sentence from the story shows that the narrator takes advantage of, uses it to help, her situation at the store? A. While Grandma took the hot rolls from the oven, I told her about the candy. B. I would have a nickel and 2 pennies back. C. The longer I gazed at the candy display, the more certain I became that I needed 2 pennies worth as a reward for coming to the store alone. D. I found Grandma's purse and put the quarter in my pocket. Pause the video, answer question number 3. Number 4. The conversation between Uncle Roy and the narrator leads to the story's resolution because it: F. Causes the narrator to understand what she did was wrong. G. Makes the narrator decide to take responsibility for her actions. H. Prompts the narrator to ask about the right time to confess, tell the truth. J. Reveals to the narrator that her grandmother is aware of the narrator's deceit, untruthfulness. 5. Read the dictionary entry below. Bear. 1. To make a product. 2. To give a statement as a witness. 3. To tolerate a burden. 4. To possess a certain characteristic. Which definition best matches the meaning of bear as it is used in paragraph 19? I watched Uncle Roy make his way back to the barn. He was right. Grandma loved me so much that I couldn't bear to keep anything from her. A. Definition 1. B. Definition 2. C. Definition 3. D. Definition 4. Pause the video and answer question number 5. Number 6. The end of the story shows that Grandma, F, does not believe it is wrong to spend someone else's money. G, wants the narrator to stop making mistakes. H, enjoys telling stories about her youth when she was young. J, is more understanding than the narrator anticipated. Pause the video and answer number 6. Number 7. What is the best summary of the story? A girl is asked to go to the store to buy yeast for her grandmother. She takes the quickest path possible to get to the store. After buying the yeast, she uses some of the change to buy 2 pieces of candy. At first, she does not tell her grandmother about what she has done. While the girl is sitting on the porch, her uncle suggests she tell her grandmother what is bothering her. B. A grandmother is baking rolls at home and notices that she does not have enough yeast. She asks her granddaughter to take a quarter to the store to buy some yeast. When the girl is at the store, she buys yeast and also some candy. The girl arrives back at the house and tells her grandmother that she put the change in her grandmother's purse. C. While the young girl is at a store buying yeast for her grandmother, she decides to use some of the change to buy candy and returns only a nickel to her grandmother. Later, she becomes upset about what she has done, and her uncle suggests that she tells her grandmother what she did. When the girl finally confesses, her grandmother forgives her and tells her a story about when she was young. D. A grandmother sends her granddaughter to the store with a quarter to buy yeast for rolls. The girl hurries to the store where she buys the yeast. She then decides to purchase 2 pieces of candy instead of getting all the change back. When she returns from the store, she takes the long way home. She eventually tells her grandmother what she did at the store. Pause the video and answer the question. Number 8, the author's use of first-person point of view in this story allows the reader to F. Observe the actions of only the narrator. G. Understand the internal struggle of the narrator. H. Determine the reason why the narrator's grandmother forgives the narrator. J. Focus on the relationship between the narrator and the other characters. Pause the video, answer question 8. Question 9. Read these sentences from the story. As I ran down the lane toward the door, it occurred to me that climbing over the fence and crossing the field would save some time, so I did just that. Paragraph 2. This time, I took the long way around by the road. Paragraph 9. Based on these two sentences, the reader can conclude that the narrator, A, could not return home using the same path she'd taken to the store. B, realizes her grandmother is in a hurry to get the yeast. C, feels satisfied with completing the errand, small job / task for her grandmother. D, is less eager, excited, or interested to return home than she was to get to the store. Pause the video, answer number 9. Number 10. Based on Uncle Roy's advice to the narrator, the reader can infer that Uncle Roy, A, is more concerned that the narrator will be punished by her grandmother for her actions. G, had a similar experience with the narrator's grandmother in the past. H, thinks the way the narrator's grandmother has been tricked is amusing. J, is sure someone else will tell the narrator's grandmother before the narrator has a chance to. Pause the video and answer question 10. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question, then fill in the answer on your answer document. Make sure you go through and read that. Number 11. From the speaker's experience, the reader can conclude that A, people with their own room feel more independent. B, something that doesn't seem promising can turn out to be a welcome surprise. C, collecting stamps can help people acquire more knowledge about the world. D, mothers always know what is best for their children. Pause the video and answer number 11. Number 12. The poet uses the last line of the poem to I sit down, pull open the next drawer, bigger and deeper than the first. There, I place my maps of Europe, Asia, the United States, and my stamp book with stamps from the whole world. Now, any place on earth is my room. F, suggests that the only place the speaker would like to be is in his room. G, explain that the speaker likes to collect, get things from different places and bring them together, maps and stamps. H, emphasize that the speaker thinks that the desk has dramatically, suddenly or extremely, changed his room. J, show that the desk drawer is large enough to hold the speaker's maps and stamps. Okay, if you need any of the questions repeated, make sure you just rewind the video.